Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laureli Shimayo. This is the MeWe Awakening panel for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and online. We have fairs and panels. Tonight is one of our panels. Each panel has a theme. We have a group of practitioners that specialize in that theme. Tonight is crystals and crystal healing. We have 9 or 10 of us that are here tonight, and 8 or 9 of us specialize in crystals as part of their work. And I'm helping host the event. I'm also a practitioner. And let's see, so the way this is going to work tonight is that the practitioners will share about themselves, all of their work, and then particularly about their work with crystals and how they anticipate using crystals tonight. It's free to be here to listen and learn from all that's shared. And then after we introduce ourselves, we'll be taking questions from the audience. It's a small price. I've got it listed in the chat there. It's $10 for BIPOC and $16 to $24 for everyone else, so sliding scale. So pay what works for you. And then we've got a couple people in line already, possibly someone from a previous panel that I want to ask tonight. And so we've easily got space to answer, 6 or 7 or more questions, depending on how the answering goes. We probably won't have every practitioner answer every question just because we have so many practitioners on the panel tonight. So if there's someone that you really connect with, a couple people you really connect with that you particularly would like to have answer your question, if you ask a question, let us know. And if they've got something to share with you, we'll get them in the front of the line so you can hear from everyone you want to hear from. All righty, let's see. Well, how about let's start with practitioners introducing themselves. I feel like I'm forgetting to share something. What is it? What is it? I don't know. Well, so if I think of it, I'll just jump in and let you know. All right. So practitioners, let's go ahead and we'll just go in the order I've got right here. So Susy, and then Donna, and then Jamie. So go ahead and maybe, since we're so full, take about 2 minutes to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Susy Parker Goins. I'm Blue Lightning Healing. I am a channel, so I bring guides through or divine energy through to talk with you, to have a face-to-face with them if you want to ask questions, get perspectives, trade jokes, whatever you want to do. I'm also an energy healer, so I can scan bodies and identify places where there are blockages and teach you the tools and techniques you can use to do this on your own. That's my goal as a practitioner, is to empower my clients to be able to do this stuff. I'm also a past life healer too, bringing through lives, giving you meditations that you can go through, or actually accessing the Akasha to help you identify these past lives so that you can resolve them, identify these recurring patterns in your lifetime so you can resolve them and move forward. I have a podcast, Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. I've got over 90 episodes up now. I'm taking a break so I can learn technology. My website is bluelightninghealing.com. You can contact me at my email at susypgoins@gmail.com. My event special tonight is $60 for 30 minutes and $100 for an hour. And if you set up an appointment to happen in the next week, we can do it. So crystals. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. I actually had to call my husband in to bring some more in so that I could be wearing them because I love my crystals so much. I use them, I talk to them and I use them intuitively. And as they communicate with me, I'm able to convey to you, the client, what it can do for you and how they can help you heal. They're a lovely way to have a tangible item in front of you on which to focus. Yeah, I love my crystal skulls and my dragon and my bracelets. I wear them every day so that I can draw on their healing energy. And it's so funny, in Google, they'll give you these, here, we see what you're doing. So this algorithm's throwing out all of these crystal articles at me. There's a lot to learn about them, but I don't like getting intimidated by them. So I will talk to crystals and I will see who wants to work with me today. And that's what I hope to convey to you, is that they're useful, they're beautiful, and they can help you heal all sorts of issues, all sorts of trauma, or sometimes even physical issues, but I am not a doctor, nor have I ever played one, but I can help you identify what spots on your body energetically are looking for healing. I am so excited to be here, and this is a lovely group of people, and so let's have a lovely time and a good time. Thanks.
Great, thanks so much, Susy. All right, next we've got Donna and then Jamie. Donna, go ahead.
Hi, everybody, welcome. My name is Dr. Donna Sauer. I am an animal communicator and an animal energy healer. I have 30 years experience in the area of biology, and I also have followed Lakota healing traditions, and I am a Reiki master. Tonight, I want to help you understand about how I do my animal healings and how crystals are involved. I do medical intuition. I do animal communication. I do energy healing, both physical and emotional for animals. And I'm also a medium for pets that have crossed over. So in doing all of these things, I call in crystals, and the ones that wish to participate or share their energy are shown to me. And those are the ones that from which I send energy for the pet's healing and higher good. I hope tonight that I'll help you to understand your pet's choice of being with you in this lifetime, and help you understand your shared path, that is your divine contract that you decided to create for this lifetime. I do full healings outside of this fair for $40 for the entire session, and I send it all to you in an email. So if any of you are interested, please contact me at the information that's in the chat. So hope that you really have a great evening and get lots of healing.
Thanks so much, Donna. All right, let's have the Shift Witch share next. And then
Hi,
we'll
everybody.
Sorry.
Hi, everyone. I am the Shift Witch, and you can contact me at theshiftwitch.com. I offer compassionate coaching and empowered movement to help you make shifts that are so radical they must be magical. And I have played with crystals my entire life. And I say play because they're these living creatures that you get to play with, you get to interact with. And I've been doing that since childhood. And what I've discovered through the years is that they are a fantastic way to help heal all of those inner child wounds and blocks, because there's something that we all sort of connected with, intentionally or not, when we were kids, just by crawling around on the ground and playing with all of the rocks we saw and collecting all the ones that were shiny and pretty, which I still do, by the way. I literally picked this up yesterday while I was walking in the woods. Like, I can't not. So I have just loved crystals my whole life. I began intuitively, obviously when I was younger, using them to sort of help me feel better. I never understood why. As I got older, I started to understand like how you could use different types of crystals to heal different blocks, to heal different wounds within you. And I now do that with others to try to help them attain that same sort of healing that I got to attain. And beyond that, they're just fun. They're colorful, they're cheerful. They just make you feel good when you hold them. So I just love them. I can't wait to share some with you tonight. I can't wait to share healing with all of you tonight. My event special is I am offering $20 for intake sessions for my coaching. And I also, you can attend my dance or yoga classes, the first class free. All that information will be on my website. And for the $20 intake session, all you have to do is tell me you were here tonight. You don't have to worry about a code or anything. So I can't wait to talk to all of you tonight, to hear your thoughts and to share all of my experiences and things with you as well. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thanks so much. All right, let's have Susan and then Wyatt and then Galactic Ashley.
I'm Susan Watkins with Inspired Life Essential Wellness, and I'm a Reiki master and sound healer. I also do intuitive readings using tarot and oracle cards. I'm also a yoga teacher. I love, love, love crystals. I wear them. I have them all over the house. In my sound healing, I use the crystal singing bowls, and I found them really helpful in, as the shift was mentioned, in healing and releasing blockages, releasing cords, and just bringing that sense of balance and peace and connecting back to your inner strength and yourself, and just feeling, they're beautiful, and in a sense, you just feel beautiful wearing them. So I really look forward to this evening and sharing this panel with this wonderful group of people, and talking about something that we all love so much, and hopefully it will bring some knowledge and help and healing to all of you. So thank you so much for joining. Oh, specials, I always forget this part. So specials are $45 for 30 minutes and $75 for 60 minutes. And the best way to reach me is at inspiredlife.service@gmail.com. So again, thanks everybody for being here.
Thanks, Susan. By the way, Shift Witch, would you mind saying something again, just so we can get your background on the front so people can see it?
Well, oh, yeah, hi.
Great. So you said, so that really is a crystal. So that's labradorite behind you?
This is labradorite. It's super duper close up with like good lighting, mind you. But yes, This is labradorite, but it looks an awful lot like abalone. Like Wyatt said. Yeah. I just love it though. I'm like petting my own background. I have a real piece here too. But yeah, I really love that labradorite.
All right. Thank you. Just had to take a look. All right. Wyatt, and then Galactic Ashley, and then Amanda.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Wyatt. I am a shamanism practitioner and spiritual life coach. I basically blend the ancient and the old, or the ancient and the modern practices to be able to help my clients move forward in their path of healing or begin it. As far as crystals go, they are and always have been a very deep part of my life. My earliest memory of anything spiritual, I was studying crystals when I was 6. And I'm like, ooh, this is really pretty. And I started, really exploring what they are, what they do, both metaphysically and physically. Like there's more beyond just the beauty of these crystals. Like there has to be. So I did my research starting with Atlantis, and then I was in a car accident. Now I'm in shamanism, and I still use crystals. I find that they are very helpful, that they vibrate at specific vibrations that we need, which is, you can find that on the web literally anywhere. In my practices themselves, I use quartz crystals as a soul catcher when I do power and soul retrievals. And then I do laying of crystals and crystal bowls and everything else. So I'm a very crystalline tuned shaman, I suppose. It is our duty to connect with rocks and plants and everything as such anyway. So I am super excited that you guys are all here, and I am offering a 10% off all sessions and products. All you have to do is just shoot me a text, or not text, excuse me, a email, thewildwoodhollow@gmail.com, or just visit my website and let me know. And I'm super excited that you guys are all here, like I said before, and let's get this going.
All right, great, Wyatt. Thank you. All right, let's have Galactic Ashley, and then Amanda, and then Anna.
Hello. So I am Galactic Ashley, and I channel divine guidance for star seeds, connecting them to their star families and galactic lineages. I use light language frequencies and work with your cosmic connections to facilitate high frequency healing transmissions and encoded activations. I facilitate galactic guided intensives, which are 10-week programs, and I do 4 of them each year. And the next one that is coming up is called Light Language Activation and Healing Program. And it starts on April 5th, and you will feel empowered to self-heal, amplify your energy field, and basically access and be activated in all modalities of light language, and be able to use what I believe to be one of our most divine innate gifts that is a part of us, and access your soul and do anything that you ever thought was possible, because you're basically accessing every multidimensional aspect of yourself. So I'm very excited for this course that's coming up. And then additionally, I have some specials that are in there, and there is a 10% off coupon that is getting put in the chat. I have a free event on Sunday called Building a Better Tomorrow with Gaia and the Galactics. And as far as my connection with crystals, essentially, we are the technology that we've been waiting for, and we are crystalline. And so almost all of the information that I've been channeling has sort of led towards that. And I always say that crystals and animals basically taught me everything that I've needed to know in this lifetime. Of course, as I've understood more, my own consciousness has expanded. I understand that my galactic family and the galactic beings were coming through animals and crystals to basically talk to me before they decided to say, hey, we're galactic. And then additionally, something that I just started at the beginning of this year is the Crystal Skull Council. So I work with the Crystal Skull Council, and we transmit downloads, activations, attunements, and healing frequency. And essentially, the Crystal Skull Council are galactic beings embodied in crystal form, and in union, we provide divine guidance and for skull guardians and humans alike, so that they may attune to and form deeper connections with the crystalline and crystal skull consciousness fields as a path towards feeling heart-centered, empowered, and raising their vibration to more easily be present in the shift of consciousness, because we are basically the new human embodied right now in this infinite now moment. And so these guys are just reminding us that the earth herself is crystalline consciousness, and so are we. So I'm super pumped to be here and to get your galactic groove on, or mine, or we can all get it on together. Okay.
It's great.
Oh, and also, sorry, real quick, I have a Skullcast podcast, and I just interviewed Susy on it, and I'll be releasing it in the spring, and then I'll be interviewing Wyatt, I think, in a couple weeks. So it's really exciting, and Susy did amazing channeling of her skull, so it's exciting.
Great, thank you. All right, let's see. So Amanda, and let me go find the right things to pin.
Oh, right. Sure. Okay.
And then I gotta go find your artwork. Where is it hiding?
Should I move it?
Where's the rune cam? Oh, there it is. There it is. I saw it. It just went by. All right, great. So everyone, if you want to go look for, well, I don't have it spotlighted because I want to be able to see you too, but all right, well, everyone got to see you. Maybe I'll spotlight it. All right. Okay, there you go. It's spotlight for everyone. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Amanda Root. I do rune casting. I'm a Coyote intuitive, and I'm an intuitive artist. And today, literally, I'm forgetting. There's so many crystals around that I can't even speak English. Okay, I use crystals all the time for everything, and I don't even really think about it. And so sometimes I have to look up, like, what is this for? I know I needed to sleep with a box of fire agate. What is that for? We're not sure. And then I looked it up, and it's for like vitality. So I was feeling really tired. I slept with a box of fire agate, and that helped me get on the right track. I'm wearing amber today. Oh, it's under my t-shirt. Here it is. And amber is really good because it's about the sun. And I drew Othala the rune, and that goes with amber because this has to do with looking back into your ancestors, things that are passed down throughout the ages in your line, and figuring out like where your gifts and that kind of thing is. So it looks like that is going to be a theme for today's panel for me and what I'll be talking about. As far as what I do, I cast runes like a normal person, throw them down and read them, or I draw crazy pictures and try to figure out what they mean, and that becomes a reading. And I read other things like cards and stones, and if you can read it, I'm there because I like it, things that are fun. And I think that's all I'm supposed to say. I'm not sure. SnoWmoonTarot.com is my website.
It's great. Yeah, you said Snow Moon Tarot. I sort of made a sound. I have a question. If you don't mind answering a question, yeah. Can you say a little bit about like how the paint lands where it lands, like how the drawings land where they land? Can you just say a little about what that process is like for you, the best you understand it?
It's channeled. So I have like no awareness of it until I look at it, and I'm like, oh, look. And then I'm like, oh, look, what does that mean? Oh, wait, I know what that means. That's how it works. I mean, I guess if anyone can explain how channeling works, I guess you're just open and stuff comes out, and then you didn't know that was a thing, and then it's a thing.
Oh, that's great. Thanks so much. All
sure.
Right. All right, let's see. So then Anna, hold on one second. Let me get the view to the right place. Okay, yeah, Anna, go ahead and let's see if you come to the front.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm an Eden energy practitioner and I do flow energy sessions. I'm happy to be here and I'm nervous, my first time, but I'm very happy. So I work with 9 different energy systems in the body, including the meridian system with acupuncture points. I don't use needles, and especially like, it's not relevant online, obviously, but also with the chakras and aura and electrics and 5 elements and others. And so, yeah, I do these sessions and they tend to release stress or decrease pain, boost immunity, and just for more vitality and well-being and to connect more to one's heart. I use meridian energy tests and pulse tests and my intuition to determine like where to go within a session. And in an online session, I may teach someone how a daily energy routine, which is a set of energy exercises, just to bring about more coherence and integration of the energy systems, or depending on what the person, the client would want, we could focus on a specific topic. It could be, physical nature, emotional, or psychological, or spiritual. Or in an online session, I might, if the client is interested, teach how to energy test oneself and how to gain, how to become more empowered in understanding one's own energy and how to work with that more. I use selenite and clear glass crystals just for clearing and purifying and lightening up the energy and dense energy. So yes, so yeah, please.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I want to mention too your special. So it's $18 for 20 minutes or $30 for 40 minutes. That's 25% off. And thanks so much for joining us your first time with us. It's really exciting.
Yes, thank you.
You are welcome. All right, let's see. And then I think practitioners, all of you that are here, I got all of you, right? You all introduce yourselves, right? And then I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader and a body psychology coach. I don't think of myself as like someone that works with crystals, but I did date someone that is so connected to crystals and also a crystal skull channeler. And I have all kinds of crystals around my workspace and, like in a whole sea of all these, like I found the one so quickly, I'm like, that one. And it turns out it's a kind of magical, maybe in some ways, all of them maybe, and like some of them have particular features. Anyway, just I have crystals and special things all around my workspace. Yeah, and I just so excited to run this panel last time. Just great lively energy, and we have so many practitioners that want to be on it tonight. Tremendously exciting. So I may answer some questions if you ask something that particularly has to do with intuitive eye readings or my body psychology coaching. I will answer. I do have specials on my work today too. Normally my work starts at $150 an hour, and today you can do 10 minutes for $25, and then it's a kind of a scale all the way up to $90 for an hour. Or from being here today, if you want, you can get my sessions at that rate if you schedule the next like day or two or so, the next few days. Also, let's see, so some basic things about the event. I'll put some information in the chat in a moment about, we have a feedback form. If you're willing to share some feedback with us from being here tonight, we'll enter you into a drawing to do a 30-minute free session with one of us of your choice. So that's a great opportunity to connect with one of the practitioners. You give us your email address and you'll get to hear from all the different practitioners on the panel and all of what we have going on. So it's just a great way we can stay connected in community. Let's see, and there are a few other things I'll share about how the panel works, but before I do that, Amanda, if you're open to this, I want to check with you. If you're open to this, someone asked a question. I think it would be great if you could speak to this briefly. So Coyote intuition, could you speak a little bit to Coyote and like, what does Coyote?
Sure, I was just typing that answer in the thing. Sure, let me just read what I wrote, hold on. It was coming out really good. Wait, Oh yeah, okay. So a coyote is a teacher, and they're very wise animals, and they're not teachers in the typical sense. They'll kind of sneak up the back door, and then you realize that you learned something you didn't expect to be learning something. It kind of sneaks in, and they use non-traditional means. So since I feel like I'm non-traditional when it comes to communicating with people, a little bit on the smart alecky side, a little bit on the no filter side, a little bit on the non-linear side, even for an intuitive. So yeah, it's fun and it's interesting, and it's more like I just really relate to coyote energy, and I feel like it's with me. And so that's why I'm a coyote intuitive.
It's great. And by the way, someone said that's why we love you. So yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate this about you. All right, great. So a few other things just about how the panel is going to work. Oh yeah, and let me post my information in here too. And then, all right, I think I posted Anna's. And then, so it is free to be here to listen to all that we are doing tonight. And if you'd like to ask a question, and I haven't checked PayPal, but if you'd like to ask a question, it's only $16 to $24 sliding scale, or $10 for BIPOC to ask a question of the panel. I've got at least 2 people in line right now. And before we answer questions, so you can ask a question on crystals and crystal healing, or about something where you think crystals might be relevant tonight. And most of the answers might be about crystals, but we may answer all kinds of ways. And also you can ask a question about anything. It doesn't have to be specific to crystals and crystal healing. So if you ask a question tonight, we may go deeper than you want us to go in this format that is recorded and public, or we may start talking about other topics in your life that for us are related, but you just may not want that. And that's okay. We're here to honor you. So please just let us know if you don't want us to go somewhere, change how we're answering. We're happy to do that for you. Yeah. And then if you want to ask a question of the panel, just let us know in the chat. You don't have to let us know the question. You can wait until we call on you. And just if you could pay first, please. If you could pay by PayPal or Venmo, or if you need to, we can talk and I can put it in Square on my phone. So all kinds of options. And it's looking like someone else signed up to get in line. No, we've just got a few people here right now. Let me just check one person. Someone that paid earlier in another panel. Okay, great. Let's see. So we just got 2 people right now. So actually, Laura said you were willing to go first. So I'd love to have you go first. Let's find out where you are. You know, I didn't say everything I needed to say. Let me say a couple more things. I encourage all of you to learn from all that is asked and all that is shared. And then also, if you could please let the attention stay up on the panel when we're answering questions, that would be great. And if something comes through for you, you might want to write it down, just because they often float quickly. And if just please wait until we're done answering that person's question. And if you want to, when we're done, you can private chat them and ask them if they'd like to hear what came through you for them. And if they say no, please just honor, they might be full after having heard from so many of us, and trust that it came through you for some reason. This is also a great opportunity to open to your intuition. For those of you who haven't heard this before, that because something may come through you, and if you hear panelists answering in similar ways, it's just extra confirmation that that others are tapping into the same thing that you are. If you get something that's unique that none of us say, totally may still be valid. It's just that we happen to not say it tonight, or it's not coming through us. We've all got our gifts. All right, let's see. So yeah, Laura, do you want to jump in and go first? Laura D, where are you? Oh, that might be you. All right, yeah, so unmute, and then if that's you, unmute and you'll come right to the front. Not sure which.
Can you hear?
Oh, maybe it's not you, Laura. There's another, though there's a couple different Laura. So it's you?
Can you hear me?
Sorry, if there's weird background noise, let me see what I can. Are you? Go ahead.
I am here. Can you hear me?
We can, yeah. I was trying to figure out there were some strange noises, but let me mute. Yeah, go ahead. You speak.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, but almost not quite. There's some strange noise. Do you have any earphones you can get? We can see if that.
I can try to cut the headphone.
Bluetooth pairing.
So can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better?
Yes, we can. That's much better. Thank you. Go ahead.
So I have a question, and I would like to explain these questions. The question is not so much about crystal, but the question is, which is the purpose of my life? This is a very complex question, and this is a question that normally I don't like, and I don't like to ask, because for me it's not important to have this information, because the purpose of your life it will manifest itself, because I think that it will manifest anyway. But my problem is that since a little bit of time, I have the feeling that I am in my spiritual path or spiritual development, that I am somehow stuck. And I thought that this may be because I am moving away from the purpose of my life. I don't know if there is any contract that obstacle this coming closer to my purpose, or maybe it could be just the pandemic, because I have to say that before the pandemic I used to travel or sit in my car and meet so much people like-minded, or to do a lot of ceremony, or meeting people at the fair, and now I'm just missing all this stuff, and for example, all of you live and not just through Zoom. So maybe the correct question, it could be, is if someone of you have some information about what is happening in this moment of my life. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, that's great. And that makes lots of sense. Practitioners, if I've taken notes on it too, if you want to look at the doc and see. Yeah, great. All right, so practitioners, if you're able to use the software tool to raise your hands, I can see who's ready to answer. That's great. And yeah, well, no one's raised yet. I can jump in and share just a little about your eyes. So I don't know, have I looked at your eyes before?
Yes, but just for a physical situation, not so much intuitive. They told me something about my organ or this kind of eye reading.
Yeah, that's great. Someone else did that. Okay, great. So in your eyes, the one talent that I see is called priest priestess. It's about inspiration, vision, passion, motivation. It is a teacher. It's wanting to uplift. Well, in particular, it's someone that wants to uplift. It wants to make things better than they are for individual people, for larger groups. So that's one part. So it's emotionally based. And then another thing you have is called scholar. It's about absorbing information to build knowledge and share knowledge. Right. So they love mapping information together, figuring things out, answering questions. And so priestess and scholar together often is a teacher. They're gathering information, synthesizing it, sharing it with people. They might be teaching. It could be just lots of conversations, connecting people together. You know, so being in context where people are growing. So I could see that you feel so stifled in the pandemic. I wonder if, so have you been a practitioner, or are you kind of a practitioner in hiding? Like you haven't put yourself out.
I mean, a lot of people that I come in contact to, they say that I could have the potential to be a practitioner or a healer. At the moment, I am healing just myself with a lot of help of healers, sure. And I have done a lot of courses and classes like Reiki, quantum healing, but I've never put in practice on some people. I have not a method where I can say I am this, this, and this, and that.
Yeah.
I have tried to help a lot of friends and people, that's sure, but not a professional.
Yeah. So my sense is that part of your gifts are with conversation, interacting with people, not necessarily just with energy. But so my sense is that you can see, feel deeply into what's happening, and you have insight to share. I mean, particularly from all the things that you've learned. And so for me, something to do is not to wait for the pandemic, right, to end, not to wait until we can be out in person with people. So it's going backwards, like just letting yourself glance backward in your life and see how you've already shared tons of insight with people and how you're already doing it. You don't have to call yourself a particular name. You don't even have to label that you are one, but simply asking people in your life, go like, can I explore with you? Can I see if I can answer some questions? Can I see if I have any advice to give you? And just do that with people and find out what happens. And you don't have to even know what's going to come out of your mouth before it comes. Just like Amanda was saying, things can be channeled and they can just show up, right? Even just from within you. You don't have to understand concretely like how things are connected together. So for me, it's that you've let yourself, you haven't stepped into owning that you can practice with people. And so the pandemic is just making it really clear to you that you're stuck until you do that. And I think that you used to have yourself out with people enough and you were doing it without labeling it. So you got fed enough and you were continuing to develop in your gifts, but since you're not doing it now, that's what the stuckness is. That's my sense. And we've got other people in line ready to answer.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you don't have to label it. You don't have to say what it is. It's just to let yourself do it. All right, and it evolves and you'll discover what it is as you go. All right, we've got Galactic Ashley and then Susy online. Go ahead.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
So the first thing that I was picking up on, and it might be worth reading about if you don't know about it, but what I'm getting a really big hit on is that you align with being a grid worker. So one of the things about grid workers is that it is in some grid workers can work alone, but grid workers a lot of times they're working with the Earth's grids systems. Yeah. So they work in groups. And because it creates a larger like a vortex and a larger field. So the reason why this is a frustrating time for you at this time is because there's a part of you that is wired to be a grid worker, wired to connect with the earth. I'm getting that you're very connected with the cetacean beings through the Sirius Stargate. And that it's really important there is something about this like 2020 linear year that was good for you, even though it was uncomfortable. It's because you're very, very good at finding yourself through seeing yourself in the eyes of others and being able to like see the whole and the one by connecting with other people. But this time you've been asked to find yourself through yourself, and that you're very, very strong in mind and body. But what's been happening is that you're fortifying this. So understand that you are creating a foundation within your physical structure that will help you, that when these things begin to lift, that you can come out and that you can help to really draw in people so that you can gather in public spaces and work. Like I see you like creating a ceremony around a really big tree, specifically and especially around parts of the land that have been have experienced war or more healing, like what humanity has basically bled into the earth and lifting it out with a group of people. And then the other thing is that you've really been healing tons of ancestral lineage, like through you that is connected to like a country. And I don't know where you're from, but that's what's coming through. Like
I am
war.
from Italy. I am from Italy, and I feel also that I am healing me and also a lot of trauma that is not mine. Yeah. Thank you for saying, because it was just a thought, intuition, but if you can confirm, it's nice.
Yeah, no, it's like huge. Like there's been tons of work that's been healing ancestral lineages. So you're going to come out through after this purification process and really be able to anchor in these energies through a purified physical system. And then Susy's next, and I have a feeling she'll be able to launch off of what I just said.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Susy and then Amanda.
Hi, Susy.
Hey, Laura, how are you? So,
good.
I was so caught up in listening to everybody say all the things that I wanted to say that I didn't hear that last thing that Galactic Ashley said I was going to say. So, here we go, we're winging it. I do feel that it is that feedback, that immediate feedback that's going to help you. But like they both said, our lovely ladies said that this is your time to build on the skills that you're gaining. And you're going to find within the next few months is that you can do all this other stuff. So what I ask of you is to accept your abilities. You are good at what you do. The grid work, I think, is good. You can start making your own grids, say in your home. And with all the healing that I've ever encountered is that it's your intention that's what's going to empower it even more. You have a tremendous amount of passion for what it is you do and for the healing. Healing yourself first, yes, that is the big thing, because that way you know that what you can do is effective, because you are your harshest critic.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
So if you're able to affect some healing on yourself and look at it with that clear eye that you have about life, you can say, okay, I did this. Who else is coming through? There's so many grandmothers lined up saying, you underestimate yourself. You have these abilities to do these things. This is your time to learn them. So rather than learning all the things, all that you can all now, focus on something and really get into it. And then you can move forward. You've got lots of energy healing there that you are very good at. Even body scans, I'm seeing. So you can learn how to, like on TV, it's like, it looks like this red laser line that goes down. You can do that. And I don't know if there's any online groups that will help you do that. I mean, we have these events that once you get comfortable with what you're doing, why not? There are lots of events online. There may even be some sort of online group where everybody practices on each other. And if there isn't, I'm going to have to figure out what my schedule is and get it out there. But I feel like if you were working in prayer circles, I know there are some groups on social media where people get together and somebody puts out an intention to heal and everybody dives in. I would recommend you get a smaller group where you can actually sit there and say, okay, this is what I did. How did that affect it? Yes, you need feedback and you will get feedback. Though I really agree with the grid work stuff, using your intention to heal and to help, particularly your home country, Italy needs your help right now. Did I even hit anything that Galactic actually got?
No, apropos from feedback, if I can give you the feedback, the reading that you gave me a couple of weeks ago was amazing. They still helping me so much. I have done so much with the information that you gave me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. They resonate completely. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you again.
Excellent. And by that same token, ask them to get feedback. Ask them to help you so that you can implement from them and not from one of us. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, blessings to you, darling. I love you.
Okay, great. We've got Amanda coming in next and then the Shift Witch. So I'm not going to spotlight your camera. If people want to see it, they can go see it. It's called P Coyote. So everyone, if you want to go find it, you can go find it. I've got both you and your artwork on the camera that I'm recording. But go ahead.
Okay. So if I point at the picture, that's like workable?
Well, yeah. So people would have to, if people, do you want to click speaker? You want to actually go find Amanda's art. Yeah, so I've got it on the recording. We can never see you. I just want people to be able to see you too. Maybe it's okay if I just leave you up like this just for a minute. But,
okay. Whatever. I'm gonna let you handle the technological aspects of things. And
I know. I just want people to see you too. Okay, I'll spotlight it now. So go ahead. Everyone can see it.
Okay. Well, you can always show, and then you can go. I don't know. I'll let you figure it out. Okay. Let's see. So the first thing that I saw when you started talking was fire opal, or not fire opal. It's regular white opal. It's like precious opal. And you can use opal to the fire in it burns off layers of things and helps you get to the heart of everything. And it can be used for all your chakras, for balancing everything. And it really kind of burns off. So when you said that you're working on like releasing things connected with the past, that makes a lot of sense, because this will help you burn off of those layers that are no longer serve you. You know, let go of things that are no longer need. And there's a bridge here of opal from, this is Tiwaz and this is Nautis. Oh gosh, okay. I just remembered I've been working a lot with these, and I pulled these out of the jar for you and they popped up. And then I colored them in from that. Let's see. If you look at them, I feel like they're very similar, but the middle thing is moved around. That's not gonna come out right. Okay, never mind. That sounds really good in my mind. I'm not gonna be able to say it out loud, so forget it. Never mind. Okay, this has to do with sacrifice. It has to do with action. It has to do with war energy and the warrior. And so we're connecting like the fire and the passion, the drive from that kind of energy, and we're connecting that to Nautis is kind of like Saturn energy. It has to do with limitations. It has to do with finding the spark within yourself, what's really important to you to help you move forward. And so, like other people were saying, now is a good time for you to be looking and really thinking about what you are working on, right? And because before everyone's shut down and closed in, it's easy to see yourself in other people and connect with other people and learn from that. But now that people are more insular, we have to look in the mirror and like really focus on that, because we have no choice, which is, you know, it's good, even though it's not easy. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to say about this. Oh, it's related, but it's not related. Okay, so you know how you can look at a person and then see yourself in them and connect with them, and as an empath, you'll feel what they're feeling, yeah, but also like learn about yourself through your interaction with them, right? So also think about, you can also do that with rocks, or you can do that with plants. Yeah. I was imagining you working with plants, and I feel like you could actually, I don't know, like see yourself in the plant, like work in a relationship with plants. So I don't know whether that would be like gardening.
I work with plant medicine.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, well, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like, even just, you know, relationships with plants versus relationships with people. It's like different, but it's the same, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking to change job and found something about with plants. I mean, just maybe in a place where they sell and just take care of them or something like this. But just to try to have more satisfaction in my life instead of to work as a supervisor in a kitchen. That it's a good job because I have a team and I can be more a leader than a boss, and I know that everyone is very happy to work with me. But I was thinking to leave this job and go to the unknown worlds of plants, but it was just one idea.
I think that's a really good idea. I mean, I think that you're doing great. So keep doing what you're doing. It seems like you're really on the right track.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, great. And then the shift witch.
Hey, Laura.
Hi.
So Amanda, that's so funny. That was exactly what I saw, which is what I was coming on to say. It was that, Laura, when you started to talk, I literally saw you with your hands in the dirt working with plants. And the word love just popped up above your head while you were doing it. And so I think, yeah, that's you need to do something with literally working in the dirt with your hands, connecting directly, so you can make that connection with the earth that you're missing, that you got to do with people. And know that the earth is always there to connect with you, and just get your hands in there and work with her. Like that's absolutely the path for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, great. And we've got Wyatt in line too. Go ahead, Wyatt.
Hi, Laura. I just wanted to ask a quick question before I go in. You said you work with plant medicine.
Yeah.
What kind?
I work with plant medicine. I use this. Yes. Yeah. I'm talking about Cambo, for example.
Okay. Okay. You're speaking my language. I myself.
Absolutely. I have also a mesa.
You have a mesa?
Yes. I don't work in the last period so much with a mesa, but I have a mesa.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. So honestly, I wasn't going to say until you said plant medicine. I saw you working with ayahuasca quite a bit, and the 22 master plants of the ayahuasca world, which from your reaction, I just now understand that that's been something on your mind for a while.
Oh, yeah.
So I do see that you have been working with the Amazon and working with the dirt possibly, and maybe you go down to Peru or Ecuador and study to be a curandera, or maybe you just do it as a side thing. But I do see you working with these very sacred plants.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's amazing. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, great. Practitioners, anything else? By the way, I don't know if you saw, because people were answering, I wrote in the chat, I wondered, but I wasn't certain that your third talent might be warrior, which is very much in the body. It's very physical. And with other people sharing, I wrote that in the chat. So it probably is. So you've got, priest, priestess, and scholar and warrior. So it makes sense that it's a physical, right? It's so much a physical expression too. I know you didn't just, so we're going back and forth in the chat. Amanda, it just kind of looks like it though, the way you do it. It's so easy for the rest of us. It just looks so easy. So practitioners, anyone else want to share something with Laura? If you want to jump in, even if it's tiny, don't worry about that.
I just one energy exercise thing dropped in for me, which is putting a 3-finger nudge on your chest, on your heart, and then the middle finger of the other hand in the PowerPoint, which is right beneath the occiput in the center of the head. You can push into that PowerPoint pretty hard, and maybe even put some pressure on your chest too, and just have these 2 points connect internally, but also the central meridian with the governing meridian. That was just one exercise I think might just feel good.
Okay, thank you so much. So just press, no tapping or massaging, just press both?
Yeah, and you can pressure or no pressure and just do it for 3 minutes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Anna. And thanks, Laura, for getting us started with our first question. Totally great.
Everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Wait. We've got one more practitioner that wants to share. Susan wants to share something. You get a little more. Go ahead, Susan.
I pulled some cards for you, and what came out was your soul story. And it's, I don't know if you can see, it's just this beautiful, it looks kind of like a path, really. And then outrageous openness. And look at the beautiful lotus, and I think of lotus flowers coming through the darkness, trusting that you're going to come through, this healing work that you're doing and just, bloom. And then the final card, which I thought tied in nicely with what the shifters were saying, is love. And this is from the Guardian Angel card deck, and I'll read it for you. It says, negative thoughts and feelings are sabotaging your pursuit of happiness. We, your angels, are here to help you heal. Allow our healing light to flow through your heart. Consciously infuse each negative thought or feeling with love and light. Feel both your heart and mind aligning to your soul and sacred purpose. So I think once you do this healing work, really tune into your guides, things are just going to blow wide open, and you'll be on your path and so much stronger, and the best is yet to come. So thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be a part of this journey. I hope that was helpful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Well, let's see from all of us. Well, let's see. So practitioners too, just we happen to not answer this way. So if anyone wants to jump in and share anything like this, are there any crystals that if she wanted to use crystals that would support her in this question? So if anyone else on the call is wanting to use crystals for this, if you didn't, because some of you may have said some, but maybe if there are any more, go ahead, practitioners, just jump in and say what they are. It's fine.
Are you talking about
Laura?
Yeah, I understand we're talking about Laura, but crystals in particular, like to activate what she's doing?
Yeah, like well, just connecting with her purpose, or like it could be purpose in general, or it could be her particular flavor. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let somebody else answer. I got to think.
What came to me right away was labradorite, because you know, connecting to, and blue kyanite as well. So blue kyanite connects to that intuition, you know, sixth chakra, inner guidance, intuition, inner knowing. Labradorite, I actually have a crystal bowl that has labradorite in it, and it tunes in also to the higher self, to your guides. It's the magician stone, really. It can make magic in your world. So, gosh, I mean, there's so many, but I would say those two.
Thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Susan, you're right. There are so many. I definitely got Lemurian crystal, a Lemurian quartz, and that's a record keeper. That's going to help you access those past lives and those talents you kept not only in Lemuria but in other healing lifetimes that you had.
Okay, thank you.
I was drawn.
Yeah, I agree with the. Go ahead.
Sorry, Jamie. I was drawn for you the Septarian node. It'll help you connect very deeply with the earth and the flow.
Thank you.
Yeah, and labradorite loves to be out in the sun and to feel that warmth and everything also. And I think that goes along with the plants and the working in the earth too. So I think, so yeah, definitely labradorite.
Thank you.
Donna, go ahead.
Yes, what I got for you was the Herkimer diamond. It's spelled Herkimer, and this is a type of quartz crystal, it's for you. It enhances your inner vision and increases your awareness of your dreams, and helps you to store your thought forms and your information. And particularly, it's balancing and purifying the energy within your body and your mind, getting them balanced. So if you can find a piece of that, that would be helpful.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you.
All right, great practitioners. Thanks for jumping in and adding those bits there. All right, well, let's see. So next we've got, so Christopher, do you want to come up? Christopher, are you ready?
I'm here, yeah.
Hi.
Sorry. Didn't mean to startle you guys. Yeah. I just had a question regarding somebody that I'm interested in. Her name is Natalie. I just briefly have been interacting with her online. This is kind of like my first time kind of interacting with someone on an online basis. I haven't met with her in person yet, but I would like to ask questions about, you know, not only about the match aspect, but is she a good match, but not only a good match online, but a good match in person? Because there's people that are online and they just stay online and they flirt all day long and that's their thing. And I don't want it to be fizzling out on that. So that's how I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay, great. And just because I love eyes, is there any chance that I can see her eyes? Do you have any photo you could text me?
I have a photo. I could text it to you. Yeah.
You can text it or you can show it on the screen. It's up to you. It's just going to be online.
On the screen. Probably better, actually. Let me go to the gallery. Here she is right here. See if I can show it to you this way.
Okay, great. Great. No, I got a bunch. Okay, cool.
That's what she looks like.
Yeah, it's great. Okay. Well, so let me give a couple of answers. So I'm going to jump in, but practitioners, please, anyone else, totally welcome to jump in. So the way I match people, right? I match people based on their eyes. And in general, I look for people who are similar. The most important trait to have in common is consciousness. The second most important trait to have in common is how we protect ourselves or our defense. And then the third most important traits to have in common are our talents. And the first talent is the most important. So the thing that I like the most about the two of you is that consciousness is similar. You both are so interested in growth, and that's really, really good. So when I look at the other traits, though, there are some differences. So this what gets a little tricky. So in particular, like she's a bunch more social than you, I think. Like you have a lot of subtlety, a lot of like introversion, energy sensitivity. She's very expressive emotionally. So to some extent, there's some matching of the two of those, but that's different. So she's got a much higher energy than you. She's faster paced than you. So some of that might get exhausting with time. How far away are you geographically right now?
I have no idea. That's the thing. It's all brand new. It's all like new in the space right now.
Did you meet on a like an online dating site where you know where you
Yeah, we've done a couple dating. I kind of circled around cosmic dancing. I met her on Facebook dating app, and then I met her again. I saw her again on another app called Meet Me, and I was just like shocked to see her there. I was like, oh wow, and I kind of responded to her saying, hi, you look strangely familiar, you know, kind of something like that. And she says, oh, that's funny, you know. So we kind of just ran into each other on a second site as well. So I'm trying to communicate to her on that second site as well. So it's kind of like flip-flopping, but it's mainly staying on that second site.
Yeah. So like, does she know that you're at this tonight or that you're at something like this tonight?
I told her.
Okay, yeah, it's great. That's good. Yeah, because it seems like she'd be interested in these kinds of things. So in general, that's good. I mean, so that's and sharing the things that are important to you and things about your growth edge or the practices are really important. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just gonna mute someone. Yeah, so that's really good that you shared that. Could you just say something again? Yeah, I want to get you to the front. Could you say something else?
Sorry, say again.
Okay, great. Yeah, I got you in front of my screen. That's cool.
Okay.
What did I say? Yeah, so the big thing for me is that her speed and how much extroverted she is. So that's just something to really be careful about. And you have you tended to date people that are much speedier than you?
Sort of. I'm just kind of an introvert in that way. I don't really know of anybody who's on my pace because I don't really. I'm outgoing somewhat, but since this pandemic, I've really kind of retreated more, and like you said, introverted into my respectively because of the pandemic.
Yeah, and did you have a parent? Did you have a parent that had strong opinions?
I'm sorry.
Did you have a parent that had strong opinions?
Oh, both parents. My dad is, and my mom was when she was alive. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening is, so she and her, some of her eyes, aspects of her eyes are like your parents. She's a more conscious version, but she is someone that might have opinions. I don't think they'd be so strong, but she definitely would be encouraging you to grow and to move forward. And she's very exuberant. Yeah. So if that's been your pattern, just know that it's the things that didn't work in those relationships might repeat themselves again. So yeah, I love that you're right. I haven't seen the photos of the people from your exes, but just I'm guessing from what you're saying. Yeah. So that's so those are some of my concerns. And just often on the journey to loving ourselves, we have trouble seeing the people that are like us. So like they're just invisible. So that's why, since you haven't dated anyone that's more introverted like you, that my guess is that you haven't been able to see people that are more energetically sensitive and that are, a little more introverted. So that's going to be a growing edge for you. So that's the kind of thing I can help you with if you want to take advantage of one of my sessions. But let's get some other practitioners in here and see what they say.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, Susie, go ahead.
Hey, Christopher. I would recommend that same let's see it how it all unfolds, because jumping to the last chapter to find the end of the mystery, I don't think is going to be helpful. There's growth processes to go on here. As far as crystals right now, I realized I'm wearing one and I don't even know what it is, so that's not helpful to me. But I found my rosewood. Rosewood to me is It's going to help with that love aspect. I also would like to think that lapis will be one that would be useful to you. And I am certainly a proponent of, yeah, I love buying all of the stones, but if you don't have the finances or that, find images of rosewood and of lapis. I've got Lorenzo is my lapis skull, and he's talked to me saying he needs to, okay, Lorenzo wants you to understand that there's going to be growth that happens here. And that growth is up to you as to what the growth is. What lessons are you going to learn? What is that impact you wish to have? She may not be the one for you, but that's all right, because what you're going to gain from it is acceptance for yourself. And you're going to learn how to better navigate these. And being able to tune in. The internet is that great, what do you want to say? It's that great mask that everyone wears, and developing your ability to tune into energy beyond what you see on a profile. So yeah, engaging in conversation is good, but also trust what you get. Trust what intuition hits you get, because you're a lot better at it than you think, than you give yourself credit for.
It's easier in person though, Susie, than on the internet. The internet's a challenging thing because there's interfaces and there's all these frequencies that are emitting through the interface, and it makes it difficult for me to calm those energy frequencies down to the point where I can just kind of, like, I could talk better in person if I just have a one-on-one, but if it's just, you know what I mean? So that's all.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would love to be doing all this stuff face to face. You know, that whole, let me see, I can still see ice here, and I can still get that sense of energy. And this is where discernment is going to come definitely to your aid. So discerning that energy is like, is that really her? Or is that Frontier or Comcast button in on it? So you're going to be able to clear. This is part of the practices for you to clear out all of that other stuff and tune in to her energy. Her picture, I mean, even then, is it really her picture? Is it not? And I don't want to cast so much suspicion around here, but as you interact with her more, you will be able to better tune into what her energy is so that you can make that decision. It's got to be a decision for you. But rosewood, I think is going to be, at least, you know, the pictures of the stones that are recommended if you don't have the cash for it is fine, because that way you can tune into that energies, meditate with the energies to help them enhance your abilities.
Thank you. Thank you. That's great. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Susie. All right, we've got Galactic Ashley next.
Hello, Christopher. So the first stone that came through is Thulite. I think I'm saying it right, but it has like a rose quartzy vibe to it, but also holds a real solar plex power in it, so it can help you take action on elements of the heart. And then I just want to go so grain of salt. Go off of what Lorelei was saying, because I have been in relationships and my ex-husband and I had starkly different energies. He was an introvert, like total genius, but I had tons and tons and tons of energy that I exhausted him. So it is something to be aware of. So I'm not saying that is going to happen, and I'm definitely not projecting, but from the person with the energy, and I am definitely I don't want to say guilty, because it's not a guilt. I'm not guilty, but I have been the person that drags the person along because I have so much energy. I will just power the train for all of us until the other person is like, what is happening? So be aware, because be aware of your role in that as well, because you can say no, or I'm tired, because it wasn't until he was like, I'm so tired, and I was like, what? You know, what do you mean? You go out, you don't just get even more amped up? He's like, no, I have to recharge my batteries, and we can't live in a place that, because I was like, let's live in a totally open space, right? And he's like, I just need a place that has a door on it without a toilet in the room, right? So like, these are things to think of. And what I'm getting is that just to maybe try and shift your mind about your beliefs about online dating, because it can be fun, and it actually plays into the hands of what I imagine to be the introvert, right? So it can take less, and I kind of want the shift witch or somebody else that it's like an introvert, like empath, rather than the extrovert empath, to comment on this. But I feel like it would actually take less energy from you. So the other stone that I got was shungite. Like if you have a piece of shungite with you to help to sort of get to sort of absorb all of these other energies, and then it's an opportunity for you to practice reading people, for you to practice, oh, this works, this doesn't work, not to become attached, because you have so much to learn from these opportunities that are embedded within online dating. And so allow yourself to like experiment with multiple people, because nobody's being like harmed, right? Unless you're doing something that's harmful. You know, and like just being honest, and then maybe choosing specific, I don't know anything about those online, you know, maybe like Tinder might not be the place to go. But I think there's other, right? I think that there's other better ones out there that you might want to choose because they're more conscious. And I think Laureli put that she has a free online dating class. And I think that might be like a really awesome thing, so that you're consciously connecting with other people, and you are attracting people that are good matches, and sort of magnetizing someone that's operating at your speed, but is also desiring to expand their consciousness from an empowered place that feels comfortable with how you are used to operating, right? Rather than having somebody that's like, ee, and another person that's like, ooh, right? Because those don't necessarily always go together over time.
Well, just a question for you about that real quick. So about the energy differences. So far, astrologically, I found that we are kind of connecting on that level. So I don't know. I mean, we connect fairly well because she's a Taurus sun, I'm a Virgo, and she's a Gemini rising. I'm Scorpio rising, Cancer moon. We both have Cancer moon in common. So I don't know. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but probably not.
I could probably talk to your galactic families better than I can comment about Geminis and moon signs and stuff. But I don't know. I think it's more so than what cards are saying. It's just you choosing what feels right and making sure. And this is just I think a lot of times extroverts, we're not trying to take advantage of anyone. We're trying to be helpful. We're trying to do and go, but we can end up accidentally overpowering someone else that's like, oh, this is fun. And then, oh, wait, this is not fun anymore, right? So just like finding your voice and your power in all of this can be really amazing.
Wow, thanks.
Great. All right, we've got the shift witch in line next.
I have my hand up before Ashley ever called me out. Yes. So despite my persona in a group like this, I am incredibly introverted. I am also one of those people I must go into dark, tiny space to recharge after being around humans. So yeah, totally get that.
I'm an introvert extrovert, so I know all about it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can be extroverted when you need to in a situation, but then boy, you really gotta like extra chill afterwards. Okay, so I actually, this was way before this time of the internet, but I actually met my husband online. We were going to school together, and we were both getting our master's degree. He was in one state, I was in another state. This is like, proto internet though, because we've been married for 19 years. So I didn't know anything about him, but his personality online is what attracted me to him. Like, it was all his, that, like, who he was and how he presented himself that I found really fun. And then once I got to know him, it was even more fun, because then I wasn't so, like, stifled by, like, expectations when you meet someone in person. Like, you start, everything starts so differently when you meet somebody in person versus meeting somebody online. You have to have good communication skills online. You have to, like, be able to carry on a conversation in a very different way. You don't really have body language to rely on and all that. So I completely get why you're asking what you're asking, because it really is. It's very, very difficult, especially if you're someone who's empathic.
Right, exactly. Thank you.
But letting yourself, like, really sit during those interactions, and it's so hard because you're trying to engage, you're pushing yourself out towards somebody in that situation. Try pulling back, like, halfway, so that you can be in yourself as well, so that you're still engaging, but you actually can sit in yourself as well, and kind of keep the cosmic ear open for messages that come through. Just like anything, if a memory that pops up based on the conversation that's going on, a color, a word, a sound, any of those things are information. And so just being open to any of that information that comes through, not dismissing things, is the biggest, like, gift you can give yourself in figuring this out, is just truly allowing whatever comes through to come through. And if you want to, because you're in your own home and you can have whatever you want around you, you can have you can have stones around you. Ashley mentioned shungite, which is fantastic. I just wear that myself out because I am an introverted empath, and it kind of just makes me feel way better in general. But you can, have other stones around you then too, to sort of help you stay grounded. So that's anything that's black in color. A black stone is very, like, sort of grounding, though you don't have to just stick with that. I find labradorite very grounding, and I find fluorite very jarring, which is not the reactions most people have. So also sit with stones to figure out what works best for you, because it may not be what works best for other people. And when you have something that you really feel comfortable with, and having that near you during this, just even laying, you have one hand on the mouse clicking maybe, and just lay your other hand on that stone and allow that to help the messages and things come through too. Allow that to be the clarity. So it doesn't even have to just be something that's in your area. Hold it. That way it's even more clear, because you have that touch going on.
Wow, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was good.
The best.
Interesting. Wow. Wow.
And trust yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Trust yourself, love yourself first. Those are the biggest things.
Yeah. Always. Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. All right, practitioners, anyone else have anything they want to share with Christopher? Oh, Susan, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to pop on real quick. We were talking about, cards, and it's just interesting because I pulled this card when I saw your question come up in the document that we see before you even asked it. And I pulled a card specifically then, and it really resonates now, and it's intuition. And if you can see, here's an anatomical drawing of the human heart, and within it is an eye. Is that third eye. So bridging and balancing your mind and your heart. Sometimes we get so caught up in the idea of being in love and what we think that's going to look like and feel like. And, but yet still sticking to that intuition, not just letting your heart run rampant, that, oh, this is the one. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But as I've said, there's lessons to be learned. And another card that came up for you is judgment and also believe. And on the believe card, it starts out by be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. Start to believe in yourself and trust your instincts. So really just kind of bridging that balance, finding that balance between mind and heart, and what, maybe you so much want to be, and maybe it will be, maybe it won't be, but what can you learn along the way? And, not getting so caught up in that, being in love with the idea of being in love. So I hope that was helpful.
Yeah.
And one more thing, just stones too. As others have said, I really think it's important to be grounding, so you don't get, caught all up in, oh my gosh, she's so pretty, and all the things that go along with new relationships, right? So grounding, so obsidian can be great. The dark blacker stones, like what they said. So obsidian, also red jasper, with that root chakra. And we haven't really talked about color therapy, but even utilizing the color of the stones. So wearing something that's red, wearing something like the lapis lazuli, that color of the indigo blue of that sixth chakra. So yeah, I don't think that's, I'll let others talk too, but hopefully that was helpful.
Obsidian.
What's that?
The first stone was obsidian?
Yeah, obsidian.
Okay.
It's a black stone, black shiny stone. Red jasper. So red jasper would be like with the heart chakra, or root chakra. So being grounded, stable, safe. Especially as you're going onto these dating sites, like you say, they can be anybody. It could even be not even their real picture. You can be anybody for 10 minutes behind a screen, right? Is that really who they are, or are they putting on that for, So keeping yourself, protected too. Not letting your heart, run away with this grand idea. And maybe it's, again, who knows? Sometimes it's the journey, right? I love the wedding shows and the dress shows and the Hallmark shows, but they always end it at the wedding, and it's like, that's really where it begins. It's like, now what? I love the pretty dresses. I love the Hallmark, Christmas in July, but life's not a Hallmark movie. And really, when that's where it begins, they're ending it. They're ending it where it's really beginning, if that makes sense. So obsidian, red jasper, lapis, like Cindy or Susie mentioned, labradorite. I love labradorite.
I have a labradorite stone, sphere. Yeah, I have one. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a good one for intuition too. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Well, it looks like Amanda has something, so I know she's going to add on even more. That's the beauty of these panels. It's like one person answers and it's like a bud, it just kind of like blooms, and it's like, oh my gosh, look how beautiful this got.
For sure. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hey, Amanda. All right, go ahead. Put yourself on the screen, and then I'll spotlight your art.
Okay, yeah, this is going to be like really short, only because I was constructing something, so I thought I would just tell you what I was constructing. Oh, wait, hold on. I looked up and I just saw a really big Wyatt. Okay, wait, there's my hand.
I know, somehow Wyatt snuck in there instead of your art, but it's there now.
He snuck in, and it's his shirt. I was texting him before on the thing, like, this looks like his shirt. Anyway, I was drawing these lines, and I felt like I was constructing something like a building. And then I was thinking, so this is where my mind went. I was thinking of constructing something like a building, but then I was also thinking of, like, you can construct a computer program, right? Like building something, like creating something with little pieces. And
you pull it to the side slightly. It's a little hard to see. Yeah, cool. So constructing something like a building, but
yeah, constructing something like a building, constructing something like putting something together with little pieces, and that can be taken in many different ways, right? And then I drew some little C-like shapes, and the hematite fits so nicely right in there. That makes me happy. That's really good for grounding and balancing polarities. So if you're feeling too introverted, it will help you be more extroverted. If you're feeling like your masculine side is like going crazy, it'll help you like access the feminine side, or like fight, whatever. So hematite, I've been working a lot with it lately. I find it really, really helpful. Okay, so you were talking about the relationship stuff, and I guess what I'm going to contribute has to do less with the relationship itself, but more with the what you're doing with your mind, and more like maybe think about something that you can do that's building on itself. What's the next step? Like, what can you create? What can you create where that you're going to be proud of what you're making? That kind of thing. And working on that. And then I feel like if you're involved in that kind of thing, you're going to the rest of it's going to fall into place.
Wow, I'm kind of confused. I'm sorry. I'm like,
it's all good.
I don't know if it's over.
It's not you. You're fine.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, I'm just curious because I'm an artist myself.
Okay.
So, the architectural is symbolic of like anything, building foundation, building something.
Yeah, it could be symbolic of anything that you can do, right? Like I felt like it was like building something piece by piece, brick by brick, word by word.
Gotcha. Okay.
It could be even if you work on art, it could be like making a painting or making a drawing, like the steps of it. And I feel like the steps in creating are also going to help you with your decision making in general, and it'll help you stay in touch with your intuition, right? So just that linear process of creating will help you.
Blocked creatively a little bit. I'm not trying to work on my blockage, but I've been a little bit blocked creatively, but I'm working through that a little bit, little by little right now.
Just do like one step at a time and get some fluorite. Fluorite's good. Fluorite's good for clarity if you're needing to get through a block.
Cool, thanks. Fluorite, you said?
Fluorite, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Great. And then next panel, you don't have to ask a question, but next panel, come with her. Have her here too, so, and talk about what it's like and, just your responses to what people share and all that. This seems like that would be a good experience to do together.
Yeah. Thank you all so much.
You are very welcome. All right, great.
Oh, I got a lot to think about now. A lot of homework.
We did our job.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Thank you.
All right. Ashley, you are up next. It is Ashley here.
Hi, guys. Yeah, I'm here. Ooh, sorry. I look like a whole mess. I've been just listening. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hi, Ashley. Yeah, we can.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Pina.
Sorry. I accidentally muted you. It didn't say your name on it. So sorry. So you said your name. Go ahead, say your name. I'll change your name so it says your name on it.
Okay, my name is Ashley. I am curious to get some information about my romantic soulmate. I have felt him around me for quite some time. I have been divorced for 5 years. Just a little back history with me. And I have been single, learning lots of lessons along the way. I'm tired of those lessons and I'm over them. And I feel like since I've made that sort of embodied decision to align with what I already knew was there and has been there, I feel that I'm able now to receive information about him because I can absorb it, register it, take it in. Whereas I know for a while I was not able to because there were some things that I needed to process through on my own first. Some patterns, some healing, generational healing that needed to occur within my female lineage. So that's a little bit. That's what I'm curious about, knowing about him.
Great. And just some of the work that you've done, is it about like owning your anger and really being a stand for yourself and honoring your boundaries?
So it's about honoring my boundaries, and it's about healing the wound tied to my father. And that, if only I was smart enough, pretty enough, kind enough, compassionate enough, then he would be XYZ, right? He wouldn't be an addict. He wouldn't be unavailable emotionally. He wouldn't be, who he is, the hard parts of who he is. So I was raised to be his counselor since birth. And so I leaned into that role, and I married somebody just like him. And then, you know, I left him.
Yep. We're all amazingly good at that, right?
Yeah.
Hoping to find someone else that we can save, like we couldn't save our parents.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So finding someone that's part of the spiritual community that's really, really embodied it, like they're not faking it just to look good, but really embodied it, really embodying it. So important. All right. Well, I went first last time. So practitioners, let me go see any practitioners are ready and want to jump in and share first. Or share more. I already shared a little bit, but want to go more before I share more.
I can go. I'm sorry. This is other Ashley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, other Ashley.
I could have raised my hand. I'm like, where's the button? So it's funny because Lorelai said your name, and I was like, she's like, Ashley, are you ready? And I'm like, ready for what? So one of the first things that was coming through is that you have a ton of fire energy, and that's okay. And don't be ashamed of that, because fire energy is really, really important. If you worked with Larimar, like if you felt like if you work with Larimar, it can be really beneficial because Larimar is made from fire but holds water energy and is known as a dolphin stone connected to Atlantis. And so I feel like there's I'm getting that you can move not on from, but move forward in the healing process by connecting to other multidimensional aspects of yourself that might be healing. And then there will be sort of a quantum leap in your consciousness that is going to be available. And then just to be clear, when you say like you feel that you're going to meet someone, or you feel like, are you trying to talk about twin flame, like you've been seeing somebody in your dreams? No, you just feel like the time is coming, or that you're trying to make guys. I just wanted to let
Yeah, so I've dreamt about him, but he's not like a form, right? Like, so in dreams, he comes like in symbols or in energy or in essence or through speaking, like I've heard him. So yeah, I'm not sure if I believe in twin flame. I'm more believe in, I don't know, the word that comes to mind is like alignment. Like there is a cosmic alignment that I have felt with this person. And sometimes I feel as though our paths mirror each other. And so we get caught up in our own storylines, and that pulls us apart. And I can feel that energetic pull. So although I've never met him, energetically, I feel him.
Okay. So I'm definitely not going to be a person that's going to talk you into a twin flame, because I personally don't necessarily believe in them. But I just wanted to know where you were coming from before I just blah, 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 some more.
Yeah.
So first, what I'm getting is, and I'm not telling you that person's not embodied on this planet, but it could be an aspect of that person, right? And it could be an aspect of you that is holding masculine energy. And so feel free to connect with that energy into the cosmic energy field that it is, without making it an embodied form that is here. Not promoting astral sex or whatever. I'm not promoting that with this either. So just be aware, but allow yourself to converse with that like you would a new being that you might be connecting to sort of understand what's happening. And the thing that came through like first was, there is a book it's called Money Drunk, Money Love, and it goes into people that were raised like by abusive family members. And so what I'm getting, that if you it doesn't mean that energy is not embodied. It could be a masculine. I'm not going to try and like figure that out in this moment and say something and project something that might, because I would need a little bit more time for that. But if you would like to, so the advice that I'm getting is that if you would like to magnetize an embodied human into your life for a romantic partnership, it can be highly beneficial for you to focus on really blossoming your relationship with finances and looking at your relationship with money. And when you start doing that, because it's all sort of root chakra, sacral chakra creation stuff, then I see a masculine energy, sort of divine male embodied human being like sort of coming in your path. And so again, Thulite keeps coming up, and then maybe working with Pyrite.
Everything you're saying spot on. I'm shaking my head and giggling about your comment about maybe he's not here. Like it's more different aspects of an energy, because I used to think when I was a little girl that I would like the masculine energy I was connecting to was like on another planet. Sometimes I felt that way. That's why I was laughing.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's
Mhm.
that's my jam. So,
Okay,
but
cool.
I'm not trying to like destroy what's going on either in 5 minutes, right? So
Totally.
but you seem very aware, and so and then that book is by Julia Cameron, who does the morning pages and does a lot of creative stuff, but she partnered with like a therapist, and they go into looking at relationships with money, specifically how we attract sort of non-beneficial relationships with money because we're treating money the same as we treat partnerships with sort of men or women, depending on who you are. So it's sort of, it's fascinating. Okay.
Yes. All vibes. Yes. Great.
Great. Thanks so much. All right, Susie is up.
Hey, Ashley. So in listening to you talk about all this work that you've done, have you touched on the inner child?
Oh yeah, big time. So I'm just a little background about me is I'm a marriage and family therapist. And so yeah, inner child work is huge. Okay. Yes, very much so.
Okay. So I'm getting the feel that, okay, so at first she came, I like, okay, inner child question, that's good. The stones I would think would be fun to work with would be any of these rainbow or aqua aura ones, or treated stones. You know, they've been heat treated, so you get a different color to them. Looking at those, I've also got does a rainbow moonstone? No, that one's not going to work. I'm sitting here with my stones on my desk going, let me see. But it feels like a rainbow kind of stone will help you understand that spectrum. Specifically, have I seen this mate for you? I feel like that there is still that divine alignment and divine order that needs to happen. So as much work as you have been doing, the person who would be ready for, they're not ready for you. And so that's why I think you're still seeing them as kind of amorphous and not very clear. They've got work to do. What can you do about that? Set the intent out. I just pulled neck. What does that mean, Laureli? As you are setting your intention to be ready for this person, you send them love and healing also, because yes, you realize you don't want one of these partners who are a do-it-yourself project where you get to fix them. You need somebody who is complete unto yourselves, not only because of all the work you've done, but because of what you do, and you've learned those lessons. So I am really grateful to you for having done that and not expecting somebody to pull you up out of the muck, because you have done that yourself. So setting intentions, you could do a meditations where you are setting that intention for that person to show themselves. But I like working with Larimar for that. I also have an aquamarine.
I love aquamarine.
Okay, so working with that to help them, setting that intention to help them work through their emotions so that they feel better. I feel like this person is going to be, they're at a place where they feel like they're too broken to be loved. And it's going to be that rebuilding that you two do that will help. So it may not be one of those kind of moments where, you can see the doors open and there they are. But that I have been broken. I recognize you've been broken, and we are. You acknowledge how much work you've both done, and that's going to be a point from which you can start to have that relationship. But I like the Larimar, and I like the aquamarine. I'm looking at everything else I'm wearing too. I think that's what I've got. Jade is a very calming stone. I have yellow and green. That's really good. Those would be good. And I think they're saying, yeah, you're done. So that's what I got. I hope it helps.
Oh, it's very helpful. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Great. All right, we've got Amanda up next.
Perfect transition. Susie, you said yellow and green. We have yellow and green chrysoprase right here at your service. This is helping with the solar plexus and the heart chakra. So it's very heart healing, but it also helps with your manifestation. And this is the energy on this paper that represents you, this little green wiggly thing. And when I draw chakras like this a lot of times, I feel like you right now are at a heart-centered place, or trying to, not trying to use the wrong word, not necessarily trying to stay in the heart-centered place, but like living from a heart-centered place. Does that make sense? And in the middle of it, I have 3 white topaz, and the white topaz has to do with, this is the stone that I would use for when you're trying to stay positive and you're trying to see like the positive in every situation, right? So like trying to see this as oh, look, they're not here yet, but that's okay. I get extra time just to like work on my own stuff and like, you know, do my own thing and like do things that maybe I won't have time to do later, or do things that I won't, you know, because there is a benefit. You will be able to do stuff now that when you're more in a relationship like all the time, you won't be able to, right? So like try to enjoy those moments instead of like wishing that things were different, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what the topaz would be for. And this would be for like heart healing and staying heart centered in that kind of place. And this also connects with what Galactic Ashley is saying, because the yellow manifestation and with the whole money and love and that whole dynamic. And down here we have the rune of Awaz, which is trust, which has to do with just, you know, the whole concept of what trust is, right? Trust is trusting ourselves, trusting that everything happens in the time that it should happen, and just the trust between 2 people, but also the trust in like the fact that this is the time that it has to take to happen, and not worry about it too much.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, great. All right, practitioners, anyone else want to jump in and share with Ashley? The other Ashley? I can say too, the work that you do is perfect. Your talents to me are priest, priestess, and artisan. Priest, priestess, I shared earlier with someone. It's about inspiration, vision, passion, emotions. And artisan is about freedom, creativity, pleasure, and energy. So definitely I think Galactic Ashley said fire. So you have a very feisty, strong, diverse, you're focused and diverse all at the same time, set of energies. Let's see, Anna has something. And I think it's great to find someone similar. So I would look for someone else who practices with people, someone who's intuitive, someone who's energetically sensitive, you know, emotionally attuned. All right, Anna, go ahead.
Just what dropped in was just to, I think, well, somehow I saw like an older woman that in coming into your life, or already being in your life, someone you could really trust and be vulnerable with, and just like that money thing, something else you could focus on, that I think would help to bring about that soul, you know, that man. So just to get more in touch with the yin side, the feminine side within your energy and your body.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I would say that I, by nature, am very feminine. I present very feminine to the world, and that's how I carry myself. But I have a lot of what we quote unquote masculine traits, right? Like I'm career driven, I'm determined, confident, focused, assertive. And sometimes I use that as a shield, right? To protect myself.
Yeah, it would be nice to have like a relationship with, you know, someone, yeah, who has mother energy or grandmother energy or something that that I feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, your Galactic actually phrased divine feminine masquerading as the divine masculine. So that's why for me, even though you have some, you have more feminine talents, priest, priestess, and artisan are more feminine in general. You have a lot of structure, which is the defense, and it comes from the wounding during the first 2 years. So that's why it's this mixture, right? Yeah, masculine and feminine together.
Yeah, and I just want to say this, the money thing is interesting, right? And it resonates with me. I grew up really poor, and so I have this wound around being able to financially support myself and my children. Although I'm doing it, I believe at any point it could be taken from me. And so that's how I associate relationships, right? My father was not available. So any love that was given at any moment could be taken. And so that's a pattern that now, associated with romantic partnership, one that I am healing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it sounds like too that like even if somehow it disappeared, you're going to be okay, and you're able to bring resources and have what you need, right? So it's building that knowing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, everyone. Truly appreciate it.
You are welcome. Let's see, and it's possible someone else has something else to share. Sometimes we have a few jump in here at the end. Practitioners, if anyone else wants to jump in and share with the other Ashley. Susan's got something. All right, go ahead, Susan.
I'll jump in real quick. I pulled the card. It's Healing with Grace, and it has a cheetah on there. And unfortunately, I don't know, maybe Wyatt will know. He might jump in here. The spirit energy of the cheetah. But what struck to me too is the desert, the earth, being the grounded, the fire that somebody had mentioned. But cheetahs are, they're very fast. They want things to happen now. They go after what they want. And this says, do you need rest from physical or mental anguish? And so maybe taking this, as much as you want to, go after it. I'm tired of all this healing work, and healing work is exhausting, goodness knows. But really taking the time, to rest, because as somebody said, once this person comes, now you've got a whole nother person and energy and relationship, and that's going to take some focus away from you. And the other card that came is At Home Inside, and it's actually this beautiful, farmhouse with the sun, and coming home to yourself and being the best partner for yourself, and feeling that stability and safety for yourself, like you say, that you can provide that home, that stability, that safety for you, that wasn't provided when you were younger. So coming back home to yourself. And then also patience. And it says, I'll just paraphrase this a little bit. Patience is required at the moment. You may feel that things are not going as fast as you would like, yet there is a lot going on energetically. Let go and have patience. You will eventually realize that this whole event was in fact a blessing. Trust you are eternally loved and guided. So, it's, trust the journey, trust the process. And I'd be interested to know if there's any kind of, like cheetah, I like the spirit animal realms too. And I just, if that's somehow tied, or there's some sort of thing there for you too. But really just coming back home to yourself, and not looking to other people to provide it for yourself first, not looking to other people to fill that cup.
Right. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. I will say that Sekhmet, I don't know if anybody knows about Egyptian goddesses and gods, but Sekhmet actually came to me right before I decided to leave my husband, and she told me that I was going to. And she came to me in a panther form, in a dream. And so, lion energy is definitely, in all types of cat form, has been huge in my life. All my life.
Citrine, I was just thinking too, citrine, a lot of times it's that solar plexus, yellow fire in your belly, feeling empowered. You've done all this great work, and, just feeling empowered within yourself. So that when that person comes, you're meeting them as you're that whole person, and they're that whole person, and you're not trying to fix each other. You know,
Yeah.
it's not that you complete me. I'm already whole. I'm already complete.
Yeah.
We just add and make each other better.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Great. So just Wyatt, I didn't know if you wanted to say anything about Cat, or if Galactic asked you if you wanted to say anything about Sekhmet. Just openings for this, if anyone wants to.
Yeah, I could speak a little bit about cheetah. So first of all, I love musings with nature, so musings with cheetah is just as fun. But the cheetah only runs in short bursts and can only reach its high max capacity of speed in a very short period of time. After that, it must rest. So just like why the cheetah is coming in, like, yes, you did all this wonderful, very fast-paced work, inner work. Now it's time to enter rest, a period of rest. So do not look at the rest that you are doing right now as a stop, because it's not. Sometimes the most impactful work that we do is during our rest period. So be aware that this is your rest period, that it is time for you to rest, that it is time for you to recharge those batteries, the spiritual batteries. And then you can run again. And it's through this cycle of rest and recovery and running that you're going to be able to really achieve what you want to.
Yeah, right on. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Galactic Ashley, if you want to say anything, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, all I was going to say is that it's funny because I love Sekhmet, but when I was going through my divorce, Kuan Yin was coming in and I was like, I think you have the wrong number, you know? And then it was like, she showed up like 4 times like in the external world, right? And then I was like, okay, well, you work with dragons, and now I call her Quantum Yin, and she comes in a lot because I had something different to learn. But really, the whole thing is that these are divine feminine energies that are very powerful. And so like the Kalis and the Sekhmets, they might feel more comfortable because they're more fiery, and you could perceive them as having some masculine energy. But I was always like more nervous around the ones that we perceive as like more loving. So again, I think it's just, so for me, it was just like a huge smack in the face when the beings were like, look, your divine feminine is masquerading as masculine. So how about you just let them both exist within you and let them rise when the circumstance, like the outer circumstance, requires more masculine energy or more feminine energy, and just stop messing around with them, because it was like I was stuffing down the feminine to like push up the masculine, like trying to sort of control those energies rather than just allow them to dialogue and trust that the right ones would come at the right time. And then sort of I had to really like embody the full like dimensional aspect of what the divine feminine is, because for me it was less with my father and more with my mother. So I was trying to like not be like, I hated the word nurture when I'm totally a nurturer. I hated the word mother to the point where I wouldn't even call Gaia Mother Earth. Like I just didn't like that was what that was about. So like all of these, of course, all these feminine energies are coming to me, and I'm like,
Yep,
so I
absolutely.
mean, yeah, so it's awesome. I'm glad Sekhmet came to you.
Yeah, so, and I will say this to you, as I was the opposite. During that time, I had 2 young sons, and I was really deeply in my mother archetype. It was the most important thing, the only thing that mattered to me. And what I realized is that if I was going to break generational patterns that existed in my male lineage, that I had to stop this almost toxic over babying the males. And I was doing it at the expense of myself, and I don't know if there's another way to say it, but this almost over nurturing then allowed these men to be abusive to the females in their lives. And there was no way I was going to let that be my son's lives. No way. So I feel like Sekhmet came to be like, you got to step into your power. And I will say from 5 years ago to now, 100% different. But I need to balance it a little bit more. So I'm going to start, calling on that Kuan Yin energy.
No, and that's awesome though, right? But it's like well, not thankfully, I don't know how else to say this, but I did not have children going through the divorce. And I thought
Yeah.
about this and I'm like, if I had children, I would be going berserko right now and just like mama tigering it all over the place. So it was different because I had to stand up for myself, not advocate for everyone else, which is what I'm the pro at. So it was very much like, and Kuan Yin actually came in and she said the most compassionate thing that you can do right now is nothing. So I could not, because we were actually sharing the same house. So it's just so fascinating how the divine feminine shows up and gives you exactly what you need when you need it, even though you're like, I don't know, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say this one last thing about me. For when I decided to leave my husband, I didn't leave him because I felt I deserved better. I left him because I knew my children deserved better. Now, fast forward 5 years, I know I deserve better. And, you know, that's what happened. That was my story. And I wouldn't change anything about it, but I'm thankful every day that my sons came into my life and they chose me as their mother, because if I'm able to break any cycle, that would be the most important, because what follows that in my family on both sides, my ex-husband's and mine, is addiction, and I wasn't going to have that continue. Nope. So thank you, everyone. I truly appreciate you guys all taking the time to connect with me tonight.
There's more. The shift witch wants to share something. And by the way, thank you so much. It's beautiful to see your evolution about that, and both you and Galactic actually talking about that. That's lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, we can't hear you. You're muted, the shift witch.
I really love hearing about all the work that you've been doing, and especially what you're just saying about the healing intergenerational wounds and stuff. That's so amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm so glad you're doing that. And I was just jumping in just to remind you, you know, you're doing all this work, and that is fantastic, but the world is also doing a ton of work right now as a collective. So, you know, so not only are you doing work, this person doing work, you've got this third layer of like the collective unconscious, this whole world trying to like get it together again. And so that is just slowing down the process a little more too. So just, you know, keep being open and keep feeling that energy. But just know, you know, that there's just so much going on. And I think that's what's causing the hiccup more than anything right now, is there's just so many things happening. And with, you said you have kids, and, you know, with everything going on, they can't understand this stuff. Like, that's insane. We can't understand this stuff, and we're adults. Everything that's happening. So trying to maintain all of that, trying to make sure their schooling is going along at the same pace, and still having your job, and you know, just definitely make sure you're giving yourself a break too. You're doing so much work. Make sure that you're giving that love and attention and care and self-care back to yourself too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that reminder. And I will say this about the collective healing that's happening. And so I'm an empath, like I'm very intuitive. I have had prophetic dreams all my life. And I will say one thing that I have gotten downloads about this collective healing that's going on right now. And it's all about root chakra. We're all very out of balance and disconnected from the earth. And I feel, okay, not all. There's a lot of individuals on this planet who are disconnected. Their root chakra has never like fully connected. And that's tied to the way that we have birthing practices in the United States. I'm mostly talking about the United States. And I feel like reconnecting from that womb life to age 2 is going to be really important. And so I see a lot of people right now having tantrums and crying and wanting to be nurtured in a way that's not cognitive, it's somatic, it's body. And so paying attention to that, that's what I see with all my clients, is there's a nurturing that is more physical that needs to happen collectively as well as individually. And I don't know if anybody else resonates with that.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're seeing a manifestation of what people did not get to express at those ages.
Yes.
For whatever reason. And because there is just so much going around everywhere. The energy is swirling so bad that it's manifesting like visibly, and it just looks like insanity from the outside. But you know, it's really is knowing that this is something that at this very young age was not properly expressed, was not properly formed, was not properly nurtured, and therefore it is now coming out in these ways in adulthood as people are being forced to face those things that they need to go and heal. So, yeah,
and I will
absolutely.
say this last thing. There's three guides that have come to me, and that is for this collective healing. And first and foremost, it's children. They are the leaders right now. If we look to children and we watch them and pay attention to what's happening, even without words, we see in their play, they're doing healing. It's very ritual ceremony. It's, you know, earth connected, it's soul connected, it's God connected. And the other ones are birds, hummingbirds in particular, and clouds. Watch the clouds, watch the birds, and watch the kids. I'll tell you what.
Hummingbirds, yes.
Yes.
Definitely hummingbirds. Totally with you on that.
Yes.
It's great. Yeah. And thanks, Ashley, for sharing so much wisdom with us too as part of your question.
Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Great. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, let's see. So we actually don't have anyone else in line for a question right now. So if someone wants to ask a question, the floor is yours. You are next in line. I'll put the information again on the chat, how you pay. Oh, all right. Someone's got a question. All right. Diane. All right.
Hi.
Diane, go ahead, jump in, and yeah, you can pay afterwards. All right, go ahead.
I am turning 50 in 6 days and was just wondering what y'all had for me. This is not an age I honestly ever thought I'd actually reach because of health stuff and other stuff. So it's kind of a big one for me.
All right, great. You said turning 50 in 6 days. All right, very cool. Just what do we have to share? Just anything.
Yes, please.
All right. I know you've been on before, but not for a little bit. Let's see as people come in. Just pin you for a moment. By the way, I love your, 50 is the new 40, don't sweat it. Someone shared in the chat. Yeah, so I love your purple hair. I love that you're totally playing with your hair because, right, creative expression is so important. And we've talked before that you have a huge heart. So yeah, just like you decided in this life to open to new layers of self-love. So that seems that's part of what's here too. All right, practitioners. Susie's got something. Go ahead, Susie.
Okay, Diane. So I've got people in my household hitting these landmark ages, and what I feel, especially since you didn't expect that you were going to make it this far, I'm going to be a cheerleader for you. And I'm going to unpin you from my page. Sorry. But I feel that since you feel like this is a bonus part of your life, that you treat it as such. Give yourselves those opportunities to go and learn all the things you're doing because you're working really hard on your healing. So, okay, I brain farted, excuse me. As Kuan Yin, I ask you to have compassion for yourself. You understand. You did not expect this to happen. Well, surprise, we need you on the planet to help shift energy to heal yourself so others can be healed also. You have that amazing ripple effect from you. You do not think so, we know so. Understand? Then as you are working, you thought everything would be nice and packaged up so you didn't have to do any more. Now you open up to even greater possibilities. We know We are here to help you to do that. While we know you are able to do it, we want you to understand you have incredible support around you in your physical life and in the external, in the ethereal realms, if you will. So call upon us. You need help figuring out your direction. The way is open for you. Sit with your quartz crystal and your rose quartz crystals. Sit with them and drink in that love of divine that comes to you. Particularly understand it is unconditional. We do not say, you must do this for us to love you. You understand that. So do not say that about yourself. If I get this done, I will love me more. No, 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 no. You are loved unconditionally, especially from your friends in this life now. They love you and they want you to succeed. You have drawn these people to you so that you can be successful. Take advantage of that. Yes. Use these people to help you. You heal, you do not need to heal alone. Blessings.
Thank you.
All right, and we've got Galactic Ashley and Amanda in line.
Okay, so happy birthday, new 40. So every time I connect to your energy, I always want to like start sobbing. So it makes me, what that makes me feel like is that there is so much energy that's just like heart energy, unconditional love that's just getting like Care Bear stared at you. And then you're like, I have a little heart wall off. So when I'm like connecting to the energy, it's like I'm in the like, I'm like in between the beings and you, and I'm just like so much unconditional love, and it makes me want to cry every time. So so what I'm getting though is like we have to, and it's like a thin wall too. It's not like you have, because you've done so much work, right? It's just like you have to let it in. Either that or just make me cry in public every time, and that's okay too. So it's like it feels like it's coming like it's a belief, it's a pattern that's like ready for you to let go. Some of it has to do with like lack of self-worth. Like it's all stuff that you're aware of. It feels like it's coming from the mother, and then what I got was the enabling / absentee father. So a lot of times the father unconsciously is enabling the mother's patterns or the narcissism that is there, but that doesn't have anything to do with you. And I got that you've like done so much, like it's just letting go and allowing yourself to just open and receive, knowing that nothing bad is going to happen. And that's what I feel like you're being asked to do, which, you know, it's, you know, oh God, the love, it hurts so good. Like it just feels good. And then and then during this process, it's like you're being asked to share yourself with other humans and allowing like that to be okay. Because the idea is that you hang out with a shift witch and then you say something and then she goes, I love you. Not because of, but in spite of, or whatever, like all those things. So then you have these great human to human experiences and then you're like, oh, and then it's a good thing. Also, I think you work with I can never say this right, chrysocolla, because that's in your, but I'm they want don't upgrade. So that condor is super awesome, yay power. But I don't know if you have shadakite laying around or if you want to find that, because it's just like, I don't want to say it's better than or a higher vibrational version of chrysocolla, but it's like they flashed you as like you're this ancient wisdom warrior woman that like has all of this information to bring in, and it's right there if you just open your heart and allow it to come in. And then shadakite I think will help you to be able to bring that in, and it might be emotional at first, but you'll be fine. And that's all. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Great. All right, we've got Amanda next. So let's see. I got to change around the pinning that I've got going on and find her artwork. There we go. Spotlight.
Okay, wait. Oh, there I am. Okay. Okay. Diane, this is your eye. I'm not sure when I was drawing it. It's some kind of reptile eye. So it's like a really energy of a really old soul, like someone who's been here for billions and billions of years. I feel like in the journey, when you have the energy of someone who is wise, like a reptile in that way, sometimes it's hard to, I don't know, remember that, I don't know, like every day is a new day. So at the beginning of the day, it's like, this is a new day. It's like maybe the first day I've ever been alive and everything's new and fresh. And then this is like really working in my mind. I'm not saying it right now. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I got 2 runes. Maybe this will help me. I got the rune of protection, and then upside down, I got the rune of joy, which makes me think that you're spending maybe a lot of time, or you need to spend a lot of time protecting yourself, which is also like staying connected to spirit. So doing vertical work in that way, and maybe less so in just enjoying the moment and enjoying like an actual like moment of something. Like, so for your birthday, have a piece of chocolate cake and really enjoy it. Like do something that's really fun that you really want to do, that's not serious and not, it's just like goofy. Wear a gold crown, get some balloons, like do stuff that's just like silly and fun, and like just have a party. Even if it's like, you know, just act like a kid. That would be good for you. Even if you are 5 trillion years old as a reptile. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Amanda.
Sure.
That's great. Let's see. We've got Wyatt's got something. Let me get you both pinned here. Find Wyatt. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Diane. It's been a little bit since I talked to you. So I was just kind of messing around with my stones. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm doing stones. This is a hagstone. I don't know if you have one laying around. Maybe work with it a little bit. A hagstone is, for everyone here that doesn't know what they are, it is a stone with holes in it that was carved out by the ocean itself. And Susy says something about Atlantis. It kind of ties in. I highly recommend working with this. The amount of love that I have felt in the ocean, because the ocean is emotion. It is water. It is connected to the flow of emotions. So with that little shield that Galactic Ashley was talking about, maybe working with that to dissolve this teeny tiny shield that I have against love will help let it in. And working with a hagstone that has been carved for thousands of years to get these little holes might help that. Yeah.
All right, great. And Donna's got something to share too. Let's get Donna in here. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. You ready? Yeah. Hi. Okay, what the crystal that I got for you was a meteorite. And meteorite helps to reveal your past lives from other planets and other galaxies. And it also allows you to expand your own awareness of yourself. And in conjunction to what Amanda was saying about the eye, I was shown that you have, well, all the time that you've been on, I've been seeing a large presence on your left shoulder. And I wasn't really sure what it was, but then I was shown crocodile. And crocodile is the clan, is the keeper of the ancient knowledge that comes from ever before. And they are with you, and they are coming to you as you enter into this next half of your century, because you've done 50, so you're ready for the next 50. And because crocodile has been here forever, and the ancient knowledge it carries with it is open to you now, they are wanting you to embrace that and grow tremendously now. You're ready to roll. I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you, Donna.
Cool. When people are chatting in a crocodile eye, it must be in Amanda's drawing. Let's see. Amanda, can I just share your drawing and see if that's what you were talking about? Can you just point it out? Oh, you're muted. Amanda, you're muted if you're attempting to tell.
Yeah, I was trying to find it. The eye is right there. It is totally a crocodile eye, for sure. 100%. I agree.
How fun. All right, let's see. We've got the Shift Witch has something else to share too. Let me get y'all in here. All right, go ahead. And then Susan's in line.
Yeah, and you know already I love you to bits. And yeah, I think that's why, because you know there's a lot of things that went down in the last couple of months that you had to deal with, and I think it was to be like, okay, we're just this is just getting all the nonsense out of the way before 50, so that you can jump in and be there and share that knowledge and feel the love. Love bomb, Care Bear love stare. I love that, Ashley. Thank you for doing that Care Bear love stare. I'm totally using that. And you know, that was just, so, you know, looking back on that, that was just a path clearing. That was a like, what could my greatest fear be? It didn't come true. So this is exactly where I need to be now, and how I am going to move forward with my life and with everything, with all the knowledge that I have gathered, because you are definitely a scholar for sure. You have so much amazing knowledge, and I love learning things from you all the time. So yeah, that is just, that is going to be the start, the second start, maybe third, at least third, that you're going to have, that you are doing in your life. And it's going to be just a really amazing and fun. And I'm super glad I get to hang out for it.
Thank you.
Right, and Susan, go ahead.
Happy birthday and welcome to the 50 Club. I turned 50 in June, so it's not as bad as, you know, it's a good place to be, right? I mean, Lorelai's nodding, so she must be part of the club too. So rock on, girl. Crocodile. What came up for me with that was that is the animal of the second chakra, and the second chakra, the sacral chakra, is the chakra of joy, of creativity. We think of it as, you know, the sexual chakra creating actual humans, but I like to think of it, you know, it's creating life. So as you move into this, you know, next phase of your life, what kind of life do you want to create? Where can you find and create that joy into your life? And a card that came up for you is change. And in here, there's a lot of orange in this card. You know, a lot of that sacral chakra, and then the tiger too, and butterflies. And the butterfly is the sign of transformation. So you're, you know, as you get into the 50s, you know, you're making that change, you know, that transformation. But really, what do you know, what can you do? Is that Kali? I think, no, it's not Kali. It's, I think it's Shiva. But so what sort of, you know, what kind of change do you want to see? What do you want to create? And the card that came out was affirmation. Be aware of your language and thoughts. The most powerful statement you can ever make, think, or feel is thank you. Be grateful for all the blessings in your life. You know, tomorrow is never promised, and you didn't think you would be here now. So, you know, be grateful. And you are a powerful creator. Again, what kind of life do you want to create? Tuning into that second chakra. You are a powerful creator, and all you say, think resonates through the heart of creation. So I think there's wonderful things ahead for you, and happy birthday, and really kind of, you know, maybe tune into that, you know, what do I want to create? You know, what would bring me joy? And all the best to you. Thank you for sharing this evening with us and allowing us to be part of the pre-birthday celebration.
Thank you. Thank you so much. If I could share one thing real quick, and Shift Witch, I might need you to help me out on the name. There is a goddess that a circle that I'm in has recently been working with that is associated with the crocodile. And I can never say her actual name, but she's known as She Who Is Never Not Broken. And it's interesting that y'all got crocodile because I really connected with her and her energy
it's
of
Akilandeshwara.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, Akilandeshwara. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Her whole message is just finding the beauty in the brokenness and accepting the change that comes from that. Yeah.
Can you say the name again, Shift Witch?
Yeah. Akilandeshwara.
Wait. Say it again.
Akilandeshwara.
Say it with a stronger voice. It's hard to hear.
Oh, Akilandeshwara.
Okay, gosh, really...
I'll spell it.
No, yeah. Put it in the chat. Wow. All right. It sounds great, but oh yeah, Diane, I know why you're having trouble with this one. All right, Susy's got something too.
So Diane, I just want to convey a story. Oh, geez, I love Shift Witch, but I really need to get you off my screen. I get distracted. But so Diane, in my explorations, I read Shirley MacLaine's books, and what she does on her birthday, at the time of her birth, it doesn't matter what she's doing, she'd be in a big meeting or something, but she stops. I seem to think she stands on a chair because Shirley MacLaine, but if not, that's fine. But at the time of her birth, she stops and sets an intention for the next year. And I am hearing very strongly that this would be a good thing for you to do since you didn't expect this would happen. You have a clean slate. And so you can set that intention. You've got a week to figure it out to make it a really good one, because I know you will. I want you to make it a really good one. So just take that moment and set that intention for what you want to achieve, for what you hope to have in your life for the next year. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Let's see. Yeah, and so people were totally sharing about, like in my language, scholar and server as two of your talents, right? So scholar is the one that's collecting information, putting it together in a map to create deeper meaning, and then server is about love. Oh, and it looks like Anna's got something to share. Let me go find you again and pin you. Yeah. All right, one moment.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. You're pinned. Go ahead.
Just briefly, happy birthday. And I am getting out of a little bit after you do all the vision boards, and in the next week, also getting more into the body is what I'm thinking. Not overthinking and thinking too much. Just getting more of a connection with the physical sensations. And I think a lot of inspiration can come through that connection to the body.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great. All right. Thanks. All right. Yeah. Well, so we're just getting right to the end of our time. So thank you so much, Diane, for rounding out our questions for tonight. And all right, practitioners, let's go through and have each of us share our names again, or what we offer. Feel free to mention your special if you want. I just posted them in the chat recently, and your contact info so people can find you again. Just go ahead and say it so it's on the video. And then everyone else that's in the room too, I'll post it again. If you'd like to be entered into a drawing for a free 30-minute session with one of us of your choice, and you can win if you've won again, there's a link to a feedback form in the chat. So just be sure to give us your email address too as part of your feedback. All right, practitioners, let's see. And maybe I guess it works better if I call you in order. So let's go ahead and Susie, Donna, and Jamie. All right, go ahead and jump in. Maybe I
Hi, I'm
actually,
Susie Park.
no, go
What?
ahead.
No, go ahead. What do you need?
I'm going to pin everybody. So we're all going to be on here. You go ahead and start, and then I'm adding people to you. Go ahead.
Ow. Okay. I'm Susie Parker Goins with Blue Lightning Healing. I'm a channel, an energy healer, a past life explorer. I do all kinds of things. I connect you with your guides. You can find me at bluelightninghealing.com or Blue Lightning Healing Meditations on Spotify, Amazon Music, all kinds of places. Best way to get a hold of me is susypgoins@gmail.com. That's SUSYPGOINS@gmail.com. My special for here is schedule an appointment within a week. Then you'll get $60 for 30 minutes and $100 for an hour, and my typical fee is $130. So I think that's a great deal. And I am so glad that we all got here and we got to have so much fun and share. There's just a tremendous amount of love, and I love you all and thank you so very much.
Thanks so much, Susie. All right, so next we've got Donna, and then Jamie, and then Susan.
Hey, everybody. My name is Donna Sauer. I'm an animal energy healer and communicator. I also talk with animals that have crossed over with messages for their guardians. I use crystals in my healing work, both for physical body and the emotional body, as well as their spiritual energies. If you are interested in having a reading for your animal, I do them here at my home. The charge is $40, which is a reduced rate if you've been to the MeWe fair or the panel here. And I will send you the entire reading to you in an email. So you can reach me at dr.dlsauer@gmail.com. And my information is posted in the flyer that came with this panel. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, great. The Shift Witch, and then Susan.
Thanks everyone for coming tonight. I am the Shift Witch, and you can find me at theshiftwitch.com, or you can email me directly at moonwitch@theshiftwitch.com. And I help people unblock things that are stuck, to move energy. And I do that with life coaching, belly dancing, yoga, energy healing. We figure out what works best for you because everyone is a little bit different. So if you want to join me in any of those things, you can within the next week. If you contact me, you can set up an intake session, which is where we chat and get to know each other and see what your needs are for coaching. Or you can use the code CONNECT to attend any of my weekly online classes for free for the first class. So thank you all so much for coming and allowing us to share our gifts with you, and for you sharing your stories with us. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Shift Witch. And we've got Susan, and then Galactic Ashley.
I'm Susan Watkins with Inspired Life Essential Wellness, and it's been great to share this time and this evening with you. I'm a Reiki master, and I also do sound healings, some mindful meditations, and guided mindful movement. You can reach me at inspiredlife.service@gmail.com, and my first specials are $45 for 30 minutes and $75 for 60 minutes. So hope to connect with everybody again. And again, thank you so much for sharing your time and evening with us tonight.
I am Galactic Ashley, and I channel divine guidance for star seeds, connecting them with their star families and galactic lineages. The specials that I have tonight are that I facilitate galactic guided intensives, and so I'm offering a 10% off coupon code And if you're listening to this, you can find the Light Language Activation and Healing Program, which starts April 5th on my website under Galactic Guided Intensives. It's a 10-week program, and the courses, there's only 12 people per group. And so you really get to spend time sharing and being with other people that are just like you, or where we can all sort of celebrate our uniqueness rather than be ashamed of that part of us, because that is basically where our gifts lie. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and get a hold of me at info@galacticashley.com. You can find me online at galacticashley.com, Instagram at galacticashley, or on Facebook at Get Your Galactic Groove On.
Thanks so much, Galactic Ashley. All right, we've now got Wyatt, and then Amanda, and then Anna, and then me.
Hi, everyone. My name is Wyatt. I am a shamanism practitioner and spiritual life coach. Basically, through a lot of the ancient shamanic techniques, such as compassionate depossession, extraction, soul retrieval, power retrieval, etc., 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 and the modern practices of life coaching, I help my clients move forward or begin their path of healing. You can find me at thewildwoodhollow.com, or thewildwoodhollow@gmail.com is where you can contact me directly. If you just mention that you were here, you get 10% off a healing session, a shamanic mediumship session, or my shamanic co-created amulets. Yeah, pretty excited. Thank you guys for attending, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Thanks so much, Wyatt. All right, Amanda.
I've been lost in the finishing up the picture. Let's see if I can remember what I do. Okay. I'm Amanda Root. I'm a Coyote intuitive. I'm a rune caster, and I'm an intuitive artist. I do readings that are a little bit outside the box. Here's an example of my readings. Wait, can you pin it? Sorry.
I've got it all shared on the screen in a particular way. It's not spotlighted for everyone, but go ahead. It's
whoever wants to look at, yeah, that's what I do. And so a reading consists of looking at symbols, numbers, colors, relationships of different things and the runes and everything. And that's the readings that I do. And my website's stonemoontarot.com if you want more information about that. And that's a good way to reach me.
I just want to say that again, snowmoontarot.com, right?
Yeah.
Great. All right, sweet. Anna, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Anna. I do Eden energy medicine. So I'm a practitioner, and I help balance energies. And you can reach me via the Facebook Flow Energy Sessions, or email or phone, and the info is all in there. Yeah, and I have a 25% discount if you contact me within a week for online sessions. Yes. Thank you. Happy.
Great. Thanks, Anna. Great having you here for the first time. And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader and a body psychology coach. I'm also a matchmaker. I guide people with life purpose, career, relationship choices, all kinds of different things, hiring, consulting. And I also run these MeWe fairs. I should say, some of the kinds of events that I have, I also do authentic relating. So I have 2 drop-in games nights coming up. One is on feeling awe, and the other is on ready to burst. So these are games that give us opportunities to be authentic and in connection with each other at the same time. So they're transformational games, not board games. And then I've also got, as I mentioned earlier, a conscious online dating class coming up. It's a free class on Friday, March 12th. And then I'm giving another talk on my eye readings too. If you know anyone else that wants to learn about my eye readings, or if you want a deeper dive in them, Kendara, who's a practitioner in our group, I'm giving a talk in her group that's in Denver. So Eyes Are a Window to Your Soul. That's coming up on March 27th. So it's great the way we all do work together. And so in running these MeWe fairs, we've got a lot of upcoming events too. For example, this Saturday, we have a panel on medical intuition and energy healing for people and animals. And then Sunday, we have a panel on mediumship. Those are earlier in the day. So the The panel on Saturday starts at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and the one on Sunday starts at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Just be aware of that. And then March 5, we have a panel on sound healing. Saturday, March 13, we have a MeWe fair with about 16 practitioners. And Monday, March 15, we have a panel on shamanic and earth-based traditions and inspirations. I can't believe it's like almost the middle of March already. This is just, and I've got all the snow outside. It's like speeding along and not all at the same time. And you can learn so much more about all of our different events at mewefairs.com. That's MEWEFAIRS.com. So it's about each of us, for me and my own growth, and we doing it all together as a community. Well, thank you so much, all of you being here together and doing this together. We are able to do this because all of us together. So thank you so very much for everyone just being here, holding the space and being part of the field and asking questions, and everyone learning and contributing. All righty. Well, so thanks again. And so I'll turn off the recording.